coming out with very strong things, very strong subject, and obviously dedicated to our soldiers. In this respect, also earlier Chetan Bhagat used to write romance, and those were that was the era, when people started dreaming about romance and girlfriend boyfriend after reading Chetan Bhagat books. And agar hamare yahan we are getting back to roots, we are understanding our Sanatan culture, and then you will find a lot of books coming on that area to make people realize our culture, our roots, our Hinduism. So you will find a lot of books.
Our today's guest is Kamini Kusum, ma'am, who is a best-selling author of 7 books, and her recent book, Dare to Shine, is an inspiring story of 20 brave women who have conquered their life and achieved the greatness in their lives. So, ma'am has been writing since very long time, and today we are going to discuss all about her life and the journey of an author. So, once again, welcome to the Indian Warrior Talk Show, ma'am.
Jai Hind, everybody. Vande Mataram. Thank you so much, Himanshu, for inviting me.
So, ma'am, let's start from the beginning. How your journey of writing and when did you plan to become an author? Was it planned for you, or it was an instant thing which came to your mind that you want to become an author?
So there is a very interesting story behind it. Actually, before becoming a full-time writer and author, I was working in IT industry. So in my last organization in HCL, I was working in HCL. So they had an initiative. The HR had started an initiative of inspiring stories, short stories competition for employees in worldwide HCL. So the nomination came, and I was like, I should try because I had been a voracious reader from the very beginning. So I just wrote down a story, 1,500 word story. It was an inspiring story, again centered on a strong female and drawing the inspiration from a real life character, a friend of mine. So I just wrote the story and I sent the entry, and something happened unexpectedly that it was declared the best story, and they sent out the mail, in worldwide HCL offices. And like I started, getting congratulatory messages to me on my, intranet portal, messenger, and all. So it was like, maybe लिख सकती हूँ. This thought came to my mind, that yes, I can write. And then I realized my genre and forte also, that yes, I can write stories about strong female characters and inspirational story. So that is what, where it clicked my mind कि let's give it a try. So uske baad I started, jotting down short stories, and then later on I compiled it and then got it published. So this is how it started, and after that it was no looking back. So this is how it happened, and it was almost 7 to 8 years back.
Before when you started writing, so you would have visited a lot of book fair and all. Like basically, I guess you're from Delhi. So वहाँ पे तो बहुत सारे book
Yeah,
fairs
yeah.
लगते रहते हैं. So when you used to visit in your early days, so उस time पे what used to be your thought?
See, actually, when you talked about Delhi, so I've been in Delhi for like I for several years, and I haven't missed a single, Delhi World Book Fair that has happened since the time I'm in Delhi. So I have always visited the book fairs, and earlier when I had not turned into an author, तो मुझे भी हमेशा लगता था कि यार there are so many books, placed on the shelf, and then people come and get signed copies from the author. तो मुझे भी लगता था I should also see my book, placed somewhere at a bookstall, and then people coming and then browsing through the pages. तो ऐसी feelings तो आती थी obviously, but उस समय तक I hadn't started my journey. But then when I wrote my first book, so luckily it was good, and then it did well also. And then from there on, I could see the book in, every year I could see 1 or 2 books of mine as and when they came out in the book fair. So not just Delhi book fair, yes, book fairs all across India. जहाँ जहाँ पे होते थे literary events, slowly like I started getting invites from the literary events, literature festivals also. So one thing is that I enjoy speaking. Apart from writing and reading, the speaking is like one of the thing that I enjoy a lot. Speaking like on the motivational topics and spiritual things also. So yes, since I have been a good speaker also throughout my college and school, तो वो भी एक benefit हो जाता है literary festivals में. Because when you speak well, and when you have knowledge of your books and other things, people listen to you. So that again, further gives you an opportunity, opens the opportunity, in fact, for you to other literary events also. So it has been a long journey, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm not at all missing the corporate world that I have left far behind now.
Ma'am, do you believe that the communication skill is the most powerful tool which a person can have?
See, when it comes to writing, I don't think it is a big, uh, criteria to start off the writing career. Communication obviously will come into picture when you start the marketing of your book. So, like I have always said in, in my previous interviews also, writing the book is just one part. You have just started the journey. The main task starts, after you have published the book, that is marketing. So an author who is really serious about making a career in in writing field, so marketing can never be neglected. This has to be planned out, because until and unless people know about your book, people know about the brand that you are, and what kind of books you write, they won't be able to buy the book, no. So there should be a visibility on social media, all the social media platforms, depending on how you are posting the things. And yes, you should let people know that you are an author, this is your genre, and your books are available at this platform, and you are available for a session or literary events. So that ways a brand of you is created, and this doesn't happen overnight. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक किताब आई और एक हफ्ते, 2 हफ्ते, एक महीने आपने मार्केटिंग कर ली तो इट इज डन, नहीं. यू हैव टू कीप राइटिंग बुक्स. वन बुक इज ऑलवेज द प्रमोशन ऑफ द प्रीवियस बुक. बिकॉज ऐसा कई बार होता है ना कि आपकी पुरानी बुक में भी उतनी अच्छी नहीं चली हो, but then later on when you are coming with a new book, maybe that book strikes a chord with the readers. तो उसकी वजह से reader is going to look back at all your book previous books, और वो उसे भी खरीद लेते हैं. तो मार्केटिंग इज एन ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेस. तो कम्युनिकेशन की जहां तक बात आती है, तब वहां पे यूज होता है, मे बी रिटन कम्युनिकेशन एज वेल एज वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन. एंड यस, देखो, अगर आप इंग्लिश में लिख रहे हो तो इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेशन डज मैटर. हिंदी के राइटर हो या किसी और रीजनल लैंग्वेज के राइटर हो, देन ऑफ कोर्स यू नीड टू हैव गुड कम्युनिकेशन इन दैट लैंग्वेज. सो यस, दैट वेज यू कैन से वॉट एवर लैंग्वेज यू हैव सेलेक्टेड. ऐसा नहीं कि अंग्रेजी में, वॉट एवर, इन हिंदी, मराठी, बांग्ला, वॉट एवर लैंग्वेज यू आर टचिंग अपॉन, you should be proficient in that. So yes, communication in your specific language does matter.
One thing which is very common in your all the books, which I noticed, is about the women empowerment. You have always talked about the women empowerment, and your basic topic is about
Yeah.
the women. So, what is the reason
Yeah.
behind that?
Okay. Nothing as such. See, from the very beginning, I have always handled things on my own. I have been an independent kind of person. So I have always thought that I shouldn't be dependent on my parents. Like, see, I'm the only child of my parents. So, bachpan se the upbringing has been like you do things on your own. ऐसा नहीं है कि you will be looking up to your parents to get your things done. So I have been very independent for everything. So that way, that sense of independence that came into my mind, that gave the birth of, women being empowered. Like, until and unless you have that feeling that yes, you can do this work on your own, तुम्हें अपने भाई की जरूरत है, पापा की जरूरत है, या किसी और की जरूरत है, that is fine, they are always with you, वो तो उनका बैक सपोर्ट है ही. But don't always be dependent on others कि I will be getting an approval कि आप ये कर दो मेरे लिए, मैं वेट कर रही हूँ, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. So you do things, but yes, you know that people are there with you. So this sense of empowerment was there in me from the very beginning. So that was the reason when I started writing. It started with fiction actually. Shuru mein I didn't write non-fiction. It was, those were the times when romance and thriller were very popular. So I started with romantic thrillers and all. So in all my books, you will see कि there is a central strong female lead character who is driving the entire story. भले ही वो romantic drama होगा या फिर that is a thriller or suspense, that female character will be driving everything. So and then she would be turning the game in her favor. So it will have all the elements of like thrill, suspense, action. But yes, it will be like she will be the center of everything. तो ऐसा एक बन गया, like एक बन जाता है your way of writing. So in since beginning it has been there. And then when I started writing non-fiction, तो it was suggested by my publishing house only कि क्यों ना हम ऐसी empowered females के बारे में लिखते हैं who are from different field, and they can these names can spread out from history to the present day. So we decided कि let's do find out the females, and then I made a list, comprehensive list, and these are all females. Dare to Shine, I'm talking about Dare to Shine, the latest book. So these all women are very empowered women and who have done exceptional, exceptionally achieved in their field, in different fields. And there are certain fields which are considered to be male dominated. कहा जाता है these are boys club. Like, a woman stunt woman, a woman private detective, a woman, say during those days, a woman becoming a doctor, studying medicine by traveling abroad. उस समय ये सब कुछ बहुत difficult होता था. A woman pilot, so a woman venture capitalist in the present day. So ये सारे fields are usually considered to be boys club. तो इट वाज ऑलवेज देयर इन माय माइंड कि ये जो फीमेल्स कर रही हैं, दे आर ब्रेकिंग द स्टीरियोटाइप्स। तो इनकी स्टोरी जो है दैट शुड बी ब्रॉट आउट टू द मासेस। विमेन एंड गर्ल्स शुड नो कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है। विमेन कैन डू स्टंट। It's not that only men do action scenes in Bollywood or film industry. Women can be a venture capitalist. A woman can become a successful businesswoman by starting a business at the age of 52. I'm talking about Nyka's co-founder, which is whose life has been covered in Dare to Shine. So ऐसे I created a list of empowered women so that they can inspire the girls. Ki if they can do, you can also do. So yeah, that is how it happened.
Yes, ma'am. I totally agree with you. But there is a lot of terms going on in today's world, and one of them is feminism. So, how do you differentiate between the women empowerment and the feminism? What do you understand? I mean, आप लोगों को समझाइए कि कैसे अलग हैं ये
See,
दोनों.
मैं देखो ज्यादा फेमिनिस्ट फेमिनिस्ट तो नहीं हूँ मैं फेमिनिज्म वाला झंडा बुलंद नहीं करती हूँ। आई एम नॉट दैट काइंड ऑफ ब्रा बर्निंग फेमिनिस्ट। सी देखो एवरीबडी हैज हिज ओन रोल इन द लाइफ। As I told you, father has his own role, brother has a husband has his own role. So सबके अपना role होता है। You can't say कि you can walk alone and do everything on your own without the other half, that is the males coming in your life. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता। You have to go along with them. तो फेमिनिस्ट का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप घर में झंडा बुलंद कर दो कि आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू लिसन टू यू एट ऑल, मैं बिल्कुल वही करूंगी जो मेरे मन में आएगा। नो, यू हैव टू कैरी योर कल्चर, यू हैव टू बी ऑलवेज कनेक्टेड विद योर रूट्स। मेरे लिए फेमिनिज्म का मतलब ये है यू आर empowered, but at the same time you are valuing your culture, your roots, and you are also respecting the male members of your family. There is a saying that there is a female behind every successful man, but don't forget that there is a male behind every successful woman too, whether she recognizes or not. ऐसे ही नहीं होता है। Even a female has a male behind her. So feminism in my views is something giving equal opportunity, and that equal opportunity means both male and female. Bra burning feminism is not my kind of feminism. Yeah.
Correct, ma'am. Correct. So, but if we come back to your life of becoming an author, so how there must have been a lot of challenges you would have faced in your previous like 6 to 7, whatever the 8 years you have been writing. So, what are some of the challenges you feel that you came across, and how did you tackle those?
See, challenges as such in writing, I didn't face any challenge per se in terms of creating strong female characters, because उसमें तो people like it. Honestly, अगर आप strong female leads को create कर रहे हैं, तो कौन मना करेगा? Say no to that. Everybody would like that there should be equality between both the genders and females should be empowered. तो उसके लिए तो आई डेंट फेस एनी प्रॉब्लम, एंड ऑल अराउंड माय पब्लिशिंग जर्नी आई एम वेरी फॉर्चुनेट दैट आई गॉट गुड पीपल एंड गुड पब्लिशर्स टू हेल्प मी आउट। बट येस, वैसे व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट स्पेसिफिकली रिसर्चिंग अबाउट द बुक और से द लेटेस्ट बुक, तो उस पे तो आती है लाइक गेटिंग इन टच विद द फीमेल्स and then connecting with them, taking their interview, understanding their life. So that part really takes an intense research. You have to dedicate your time into that. But as such, I didn't face any problem. Uh, yes, in my own life, in day-to-day life, obviously, see females when they are working on independently in a patriarchal society, which we do have. Let's accept it. तो थोड़ा बहुत problem आता है. People question कि आप ये काम अकेले कर पाओगे क्या? तो ये question तो होता है. But then ठीक है, that's okay. I mean, people have their own views. So आप अपने वो कहते हैं ना, कर्मों से साबित करो, हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्या, आप करके दिखा दो, you can do that, then they will also accept it. So that is fine. इसको otherwise नहीं लेना चाहिए. People need to understand you, know you, that you can really do. तो problems आती हैं, but those are not problems. They are like your what do you say, catalyst to push you forward towards your goals. So yes, that's how it has happened.
Correct, ma'am. So, but I understand that you did not face much problem in your writing journey, but there are a few challenges are there still. But if we talk about the rural India, we still see the girls are facing a lot of problem. They cannot go out of the city. I mean, out of the village to study. They do not have all the privileges which the people in the city have. So, how do you think those things can be tackled? And do you think that our like literature has any role to play in those things or not?
See, literature, art, cinema. these three things have a I hope I'm audible, you know. Literature, art, and cinema, these three things have a huge role to play, you know, in our society. They can act as a mirror to the society. Whatever you depict in the cinema, whatever you write in your book, or whatever you depict in your art, that is directly hitting the mind of common masses, क्योंकि वो उसी से कनेक्ट होते हैं ना. They see that कि this is happening there, this is what it is being shown. So that means our life can also be like that. So obviously in villages there are female who face problems. See, I won't say that I didn't face a problem in my personal life. Basically, I am from Bihar. So though I have settled in Delhi, I am from a very small town from of Bihar. So there has the society has been very conservative there as well. So when I am a girl who's deciding to go out of the town to for higher education, and that to take a degree in business management, and that too I'm talking about several years ago when I did my MBA. So that time it was a very out of way decision, you know, because usually in Bihar, people are Bihar or even in UP, people have that mentality ki nahi, if she's a girl, she should do a medical, she should get into medical, and if it is a boy, he's a boy, he should do engineering. एक ऐसा mindset बन जाता है. Especially in Bihar, you know, the people have that someone who is good in studies. Thankfully, I was good in studies. So someone who is good in studies, उसको IAS बनना ही बनना है. उसको तो UPSC का एग्जाम देना ही है. If a Bihari who is good in study and that person is not taking UPSC IAS exam, तो फिर उसकी life तो बेकार है. That is what they think there. So yes, if I'm taking a decision, something which is out of the weight, and deciding to do a business management and then a PhD also in management and then get into the corporate world, तो लोग डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं. दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. अपने पेरेंट्स को ही कन्विंस कराना मुश्किल होता है. तो यू थिंक अबाउट द गर्ल्स हु आर देयर इन विलेजेस. वो अगर पढ़ना चाह रही हैं तो हाउ हार्ड, आई मीन, हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज फॉर देम टू कन्विंस देयर पेरेंट्स. एंड मोर देन पेरेंट्स, दीज आर द रिलेटिव्स हु क्रिएट प्रॉब्लम फॉर यू. उनको ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम होती है. सो कन्विंसिंग दोज रिलेटिव्स, यू नो, इट्स लाइक ह्यूज टास्क. So difficulties are there. And also see in my book, in my latest book, I'll give you the example in Dare to Shine. The very first chapter, I think you have also read that book, na? The very first chapter is dedicated to our president, Draupadi Murmu ji. So it's about her, like, you know, all the hardships she has suffered. She comes from a tribal family, and the same situation she also faced. Like, she didn't have any facilities, you know, education facilities in her this tribal village. So उन्होंने भी बहुत like परिश्रम किया to get to that, you know, level, and then make a career, you know, in first in education and then in politics. So परेशानियां है. Secondly, I have also written about Bachendri Pal. I even met Bachendri Pal. So she had a lot of things to tell apart from what usually people know कि उन्हें जानते हैं कि वो she is the first woman Mount Everest conqueror. उसके अलावा भी there are a lot of things in her life. तो वो भी एक बहुत poor family से आती थी. She didn't have that means to study, but still she did an MA in Sanskrit. She did a B.Ed. She did a M.Ed. उसके बाद she became a mountaineer. तो देखो, where there is a will, there is a way out. जहां चाह वहां राह. अगर if you have decided that you're going to do something, वो तो है ना, आप जब आप सोच लो तो पूरी कायनात कोशिश में लग जाती है आपको सफल बनाने के लिए. तो let's not lose hope. Everything will fall in place.
Absolutely, ma'am. I totally agree with you. And now we can see that India has the most female pilots in the world. So it's all because
Yeah,
of the opportunities which the government and whatever the society has created for the women, because it was not previously, because it is a male-dominated society. So
yeah.
so many jobs we see now they are walking parallelly to the men, and at some places we see they are moving forward also. Some of the places like they move, a lot of startups, a lot of investments, and a lot of things we see that the top positions are headed by the women. So it's very great thing to see. And mostly I have visited, I think, 15 to 20 countries. And if I go to Europe,
Oh, is
there we
it?
see that the truck drivers
That's
are
a big number. Yeah,
the
yeah.
truck drivers which I see on board, they are also the women. Mostly I see, and I somewhere noticed that 50% of the shops are owned by the women. Whatever the shopkeepers and the owners and a lot of things I see. So there we see that they have developed a lot. That's why we call India as a developing country. So I think to reach that level, it will take a lot of time for us. But I think we are moving very fast, and very soon we will be reaching at that point. And I hope that everyone will be getting the equal opportunities also. And that is the reason which has led that in Sainik schools also, Sainik school it was all boys,
Okay.
but now
Yeah.
we see that the government has started admitting the girls also. So this is the reason that the,
Okay.
and I
That's
think in
good.
the
That's
coming
very good.
few years also, so it will be great for the women of the country and they'll be doing well. Now let's talk about a little bit about the technology, man. The AI has entered the world, and a lot of people are using it for the good and for the bad also. What
Yeah.
effect do you think that it has created on uh, authors? Has it made your life easier, or it has made your life in danger? What do you think?
See, honestly, I haven't used AI for writing because somehow, I enjoy writing, or I enjoy coming out with my own ideas. Though people say that they use chat GPT and all simple things, but honestly speaking, I don't feel the need to do all those things. I read a lot. I'm a voracious reader. I have plethora of knowledge, already in my head. तो मुझे as such chat GPT या किसी और AI tool की as such अभी तक मुझे I don't think I have felt the need. But in future, I don't know how it is going to help me as an author, though I've heard a lot of authors use it. मुझे तो लगता है कि जितना टाइम मैं एआई को एआई को ऐप को खोलने में और रिसर्च करने उतनी देर में तो आई विल कम अप विद माय ओन आइडिया तो somehow I haven't used AI. Let's see in future. As far as endangering is concerned, I don't think it is going to endanger my career because if you are a passionate writer and if you are keen on gaining knowledge, a lot of knowledge, I don't think an AI can match you. AI है तो फिर भी robot ही है ना, that at max that can give you an idea देगा ultimately. जो ओरिजिनलिटी है, द ओरिजिनलिटी दैट you can bring from your pen, from your own thoughts, वो नहीं आएगा. That I don't think it can come anytime. Robot has been designed several years ago, but do you think robot can match the mind of a human? ठीक है, आई डोंट नो अबाउट फ्यूचर वो क्या होगा, आई डोंट नो. बट करेंटली आई एम नॉट यूजिंग एनी एआई. हाँ, अगर चीजों को स्ट्रीमलाइन करने में आई थिंक इफ एआई कैन हेल्प मी देन आई कैन यूज दैट, बट ऑब्वियसली नॉट फॉर माई राइटिंग थिंग. आई थिंक आई एम गुड एनफ. जितनी देर में एआई करेगा उतनी देर में मैं भी कर लूंगी. सो लेट्स सी फ्यूचर में क्या होता है. वी विल डिजाइन आवर
Agree.
स्ट्रेटजीज, उसी हिसाब से वी विल डिजाइन. बट एज ऑफ नाउ आई डोंट यूज एनी एआई टूल.
No, because there are a lot of apps are also there which are like to create the ebook, like short ebook you can create for a maximum up to 20 25 pages just in a second. But I think the originality will be lost there. There will be no
It will
like
be completely
original thoughts
lost.
will not be there.
Yes, exactly. See, if I'm writing a non-fiction, देखो, AI can give you the content. ठीक है, वो तुम्हें basic content दे देगा. Say let's talk about any women achiever. आप लिख रहे हो. Say about Bichendri Pal only. So if I type in the AI, put in my specification, भाई इसके बारे में बता दो. The AI can come out with the content. उनका जन्म यहाँ पे हुआ था. She did her education there. She achieved something. But this is mechanical. You understand? No, this is very mechanical. Where is the emotion? The emotion, and say if I want to add a quote from my own mind, मैं कुछ एक ऐसा quote या कोई ऐसी कविता आई मेरे माइंड में which I really find it very apt at a certain stage of her life जो मैं add करना चाहूंगी. Can AI do that? Tell me. I don't know. I don't know about any app that can do that. वो तो basic content आपको दे देगा ना. Fine, ठीक है. अगर उतना आप use कर सकते हो, you use that. But otherwise, when it comes to putting in your emotions, that feeling, that flow of narration, that dialogue, that conversation. See, writing a non-fiction or even a fiction is not just about you are writing one line after another. कॉन्वर्सेशन डालो इवन इन नॉन फिक्शन. लाइक हाउ आई डू माई नॉन फिक्शन. ठीक है, मैं कंटेंट तो डाल रही हूँ, मैं उसको ड्रामेटाइज करने के लिए या फिर मैं उसको थोड़ा एंगेजिंग करने के लिए आई पुट अ कॉन्वर्सेशन ऑल्सो, जिससे कि रीडर्स को लगे कि नहीं ऐसी बातें उन कैरेक्टर्स के बीच में हुई होंगी, इवन द रियल लाइफ जिनके बारे में मैं लिख रही हूँ. तो कैन आई डू दैट? नो. अगर मुझे कुछ आ रहा है, कुछ कोट किसी फिलोसोफर का आ रहा है मेरे माइंड में विच इज फिटिंग इन द केस, आई विल पुट इट देयर, बट एआई वोंट डू दैट. दैट विल बी वेरी रोबोटिक. So I don't think it will ever match. See, never try to compete with God. God has created the best, AI that is human being. So no robot,
Of
no
course.
tool, no AI can compete with Bhagwan. So I don't think so. AI, it can help us, but it cannot be better than an original product, which is created by a writer.
Of course, ma'am, because it's all feeded by us only. The thing which, the result
Exactly.
which comes in the chat GPT or whatever the AI tools which we have is all fitted, no? The natural ideas it cannot give us the natural ideas. It just gives us an outline and whatever the short contents, whatever we need. But basically, it
Exactly.
has made our lives a little bit easy, which we can see. Uh, what's your advice or the message to the aspiring authors and the writers?
See, for being a really, if you are looking forward to make a career in writing, career in the sense, if you want play a long inning in the field of writing, then You have to be a voracious reader. Read anything and everything that comes your way. So these days, what is happening, whether it is in Hindi or English or any other language, I'm seeing more than readers, writers are cropping up every other day. So everybody wants to become a writer, but nobody wants to be a reader. जब तक आप पढ़ोगे नहीं, how will you get a comprehensive idea of each and everything? For writing a thing, you should have ample of knowledge in your head. सीधा सीधा लिखोगे and then the book will come out and then the reader won't be interested because ऐसा content तो they can find on anywhere. अब तो it's the world of social media. You can read about content anywhere. You can get content on Instagram also, on LinkedIn also, on Twitter also. Everywhere you are getting content. But then why will people come and buy your book and or read your book? There should be something different in this, na? So to make it different, that should come out from your heart and with all the good knowledge and ideas that you have experienced. तो उसके लिए सबसे पहले ज़रूरी है यू रीड अ लॉट। अगर आपको पढ़ने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है तो आई डोंट थिंक कि आप एक लंबा करियर बना सकते हैं राइटिंग में। 1-2 किताबें लिख देना जस्ट बिकॉज़ यू आर रियली एक्साइटेड अबाउट राइटिंग एंड देन ब्रिंगिंग आउट अ बुक, दैट इज़ अ कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट थिंग। एंड देन आफ्टर राइटिंग 1 और 2 बुक, इफ यू आर एमिंग दैट यू आर गोइंग टू गेट अ फैट पे चेक, उसके बाद सब कुछ सेट हो जाएगा तो दैट शुडंट बी द आइडिया बिहाइंड इट। यू शुड टेक अप राइटिंग only if you are really passionate about it. Patience, passion, and perseverance. These three things I always repeat in all my interviews. These things every aspiring author should keep in their mind. Please आप मोटा पैसा कमाने के लिए मत कूदो. That may come in later on, but you write because you are passionate about it. And yes, always write in the genre you are comfortable in. Just because कि कोई specific genre बिक रहा है, अगर historical romance बिक रहा है या फिर historical non-fiction बिक रहा है, mythological fiction बिक रहा है, तो आई शुड ऑल्सो राइट इन द सेम जॉनर क्योंकि मैं भी बहती गंगा में हाथ धो लूंगा और मेरे को भी फायदा हो जाएगा। तो ये सोच के नहीं लिखना चाहिए। यू थिंक व्हाट इज योर फॉर्टे, आपको क्या चीज पढ़ने में बहुत इंटरेस्ट आता है, तो आपको जिस चीज में इंटरेस्ट पढ़ने में आता है इट मींस यू आर वेरी कंफर्टेबल इन दैट, सो स्टार्ट राइटिंग इन दैट जॉनर फॉर ऑल दोज एस्पायरिंग ऑथर्स इफ यू आर रियली सीरियस अबाउट राइटिंग। फिर धीरे धीरे सम टाइम लेटर यू मे डिस्कवर मोर एरियाज ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ जॉनर्स, तो उस हिसाब से यू डिसाइड योर जॉनर एंड प्लीज कीप रीडिंग अ लॉट. Reading will refine you as a writer. So yeah, this is my advice.
Correct, ma'am. So, ma'am, do you think that the pattern of the readers in any country or any age group changes, like changes by the decade or by year, something like that? Like, because I remember when I used to be in the school, so there was Chetan Bhagat was very famous writer that time, and he
Mhm.
still is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
famous. So, I, in all whenever, as I told, I was in science school. So when we used to go by the train and on stations, we used to find his latest books, whatever the books he used to be released. So, and that book used to be circulated all over the school, and every student, I guess, used to read his book. And
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the genre which everyone used to love that time. So it was mostly love stories kind of thing, and related to the contemporary India and whatever the age group was around 20 to 30 age. So do you think that the pattern changes or the mood of the readers, something like that?
A lot, a lot. In fact, जैसे होता है ना कि with time fashion changes, the trend of the fashion changes. The similar way, the trend in even in books also changes. And again, it depends on various things. It varies from one country to another. Maybe अगर किसी और country में कोई और genre बिक रहा है, तो not necessarily the same genre and the same kind of book will be selling in our country also. अभी अगर हमारे यहाँ we are getting back to roots, we are understanding our Sanatan culture, and then you will find lot of books coming on that area to make people realize our culture, our roots, our Hinduism. So you will find lot of books. So obviously this is a trend there, and that is a very good trend, obviously. So the same trend you may not find in Europe, same trend you may not find in America, same trend you won't find even in our neighboring countries. So that could be very different. And yes, as you told in this respect also, earlier Chetan Bhagat used to write romance, and those were that was the era, when people started dreaming about romance and girlfriend boyfriend after reading Chetan Bhagat book, and a lot of other authors who followed him later on. So trend to bilkul change karta hai. That is the reason you can see even those writers who started writing romance, तो उन्होंने भी अपना जॉनर चेंज किया है. इवन फॉर दैट मैटर यू सी चेतन भगत आल्सो, ही हैज रिटन अ नॉन फिक्शन बुक आल्सो, he delved into thriller also later on. तो वो तो चेंज होता है. एंड ऑब्वियसली इफ यू आर अ सीजन्ड राइटर, तो आप उस सीजन के साथ भी आपको बदलना पड़ेगा. So as I told you, if you are a seasoned writer, you will change. If you want to stay in the industry, you will bring changes on you. Situations के हिसाब से आपको adapt करना पड़ेगा. If you really are want to be in this field, और जो नहीं करते हैं adapt, they are out of the race. फिर लोग पढ़ते नहीं हैं. अभी सी romance, hardly people read romance. वो ज़माना चला गया। जब हम चेतन भगत की बात करें ना, वो ज़माना चला गया। आई डोंट थिंक कि अब स्पेशली इंग्लिश में तो रोमांस डोंट सेल मच। हाँ, रीजनल लैंग्वेजेज़ में अभी भी बहुत बिकता है। सो इफ यू सी ऑन अमेज़न, यू विल सी अ लॉट ऑफ बुक्स फ्रॉम लाइक से तमिल बुक्स, तेलुगु बुक्स, वो सारे अभी भी रोमांस पे बिकते हैं। बिकॉज़ पीपल आर लुकिंग फॉर एंटरटेनमेंट इन देयर ओन लैंग्वेज। अगर मुझे एंटरटेनमेंट चाहिए, तो मैं अपनी भाषा में ढूँढूँगी ना, और मुझे मिल भी रही है अपनी भाषा में, तो मैं अंग्रेजी जैसे फॉरेन लैंग्वेज में क्यों वो रोमांस ढूँढूँगी? वो तो फीलिंग ही नहीं आएगी ना। सो ऑब्वियसली इंग्लिश
करेक्ट,
में,
करेक्ट।
हाँ, तो नॉन फिक्शन ऑब्वियसली नॉलेज के लिए आई विल ऑलवेज गो फॉर नॉन फिक्शन बुक्स इन इंग्लिश, बिकॉज़ इफ आई एम गेटिंग नॉलेज इन इंग्लिश तो मैं खरीदूँगी। लेकिन रोमांस के लिए मेरे पास ऑलरेडी ऑडियो बुक्स इतनी सारी हैं, और वो सारी चीज़ें मेरे को सोशल मीडिया में भी कहानियों में मिल रही हैं, तो व्हाई विल आई रीड रोमांस इन इंग्लिश? तो येस, जॉनर एंड ट्रेंड तो बिल्कुल चेंज होता है, और ये ऑथर्स को तो दे हैव टू। अभी हिंदी में हॉरर का काफ़ी चल रहा है ना, यू वुड बी सीइंग हॉरर की मूवीज़ आ रही हैं, हॉरर के राइटर्स काफ़ी सारे बुक लिख रहे हैं। But this may not be the case in English. इंग्लिश के हॉरर राइटर दे मे नॉट सेल इवन इन इंडियन ऑथर्स, बट वही आप हिंदी में देखो, दे आर सेलिंग लाइक एनीथिंग। अच्छे राइटर्स तो बिक रहे हैं। मुझे ऐसा, दैट्स माय व्यूज, दिस ऑल एब्सोल्युटली माय व्यूज। ऑब्वियसली इट मे वैरी फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन, बट कमिंग बैक टू योर क्वेश्चन, yes, trend changes in reading and books also, and a writer should keep a tab on this. Yeah.
What is the main message you want to convey with your genre which you are doing since past 7-8 years? Like as we discussed, it's all about the women empowerment. So, आपका main motive क्या है, मैम? Like which areas you want to touch and which age group you want to motivate or inspire? What is like what's your thought on that?
सी एक्चुअली आई एम नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू women empowerment only. हाँ, अभी तक मैं ऑलरेडी फीमेल सेंट्रिक बुक्स लिखती आई हूँ, एंड यस, माय नेक्स्ट बुक इज अगेन गोइंग टू बी अ फीमेल सेंट्रिक, अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग कैरेक्टर, रियल लाइफ कैरेक्टर, दैट इज ऑन इंडियाज फर्स्ट फीमेल बॉडीगार्ड. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी her complete life journey. So that is again women empowerment. But उसके बाद जो मैं लिख रही हूँ, that is going to be something on, maybe on military non-fiction. So I won't talk more about it because that is in a very initial stage. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि I am just working on women empowerment only. I will be coming out with very strong things, very strong subject, and obviously dedicated to our soldiers. So I am there to inspire, not just inspire through my writing. I am there to let people know about the essence of our culture, the our roots, and obviously those people who should be known by the masses, and maybe they haven't got the due recognition.
So the people who have achieved exceptionally good things in their life, और जिन्होंने जो stereotypes है society की उसको break करके कुछ अच्छा achieve किया है life में, they should be known. And लेकिन हमारी society में ऐसा mostly होता नहीं है। जो जो बहुत अच्छी चीजें achieve करते हैं उनको दबाया जाता है, बहुत society का pressure होता है, और I guess that जिनके पास जो powers होती हैं, political powers होते हैं, वही ज़्यादा famous हो पाते हैं, या फिर आप normal किसी को देखो कि कोई अगर हमारा नॉर्थ ईस्ट का कोई एथलीट है, वो अगर गोल्ड मेडल भी लाएगा, उसके 1 साल के बाद उसको कोई देश में जानने वाला नहीं है। So authors play a very important role, and they do a lot of research on that person और उनके बारे में लिखना, and once it is written, that will be broadcasted to the masses, right? So I really believe that authors play a very important role in our society, so that more and more people come to know about the good things of the society, right? So anything you would like to give message to the youth, ma'am?
मैसेज अबाउट यूथ, अभी जो आपने बोला ना कि बहुत सारे लोगों को वी नीड टू ब्रिंग देम आउट टू द मासेस, इसमें मैं एक दो चीजें और बताऊंगी. See, there are certain, you talked about the Olympic winners, एक बार मेडल जीतते हैं तो they are all over the media. Everybody, reads about them, and then ये है, and maybe after 1 year, if maybe after 4 years, or when the another Olympic happens, if the same person is not able to win a medal, and then everybody forgets the person, भूल जाते हैं. ठीक है, तो ऐसे ही कई बार होता है ना, हमारी हिस्ट्री में ऐसे नाम है, हिस्ट्री में और इवन इन द प्रेजेंट डे, जिन्होंने लाइक दे हैव गिवन देयर हार्ट एंड सोल, दे शेड देयर ब्लड टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, लेकिन ड्यू टू एक्स वाई जेड रीजंस, मे बी ड्यू टू पॉलिटिक्स, मे बी ड्यू टू डिफरेंट गवर्नमेंट्स, डिफरेंट आइडियोलॉजीज, इन लोगों के नाम डेलिबरेटली नहीं लाए जाते हैं. आई एम सेइंग इट वेरी ओपनली, आई एम वेरी वोकल अबाउट इट. बहुत लोगों के नाम नहीं लाए जाते हैं डेलिबरेटली, ऑल्सो ड्यू टू डिफरेंट एक्स वाई जेड रीजंस. लेकिन कुछ ऐसे हीरोज हीरोइंस हैं हमारे हिस्ट्री के, एट डिफरेंट फेजेस ऑफ हिस्ट्री, whom we need to bring out and let our young generations know about them. And one very glaring example I'm giving, I wanted to tell on this podcast about Neera Arya. आपने अगर मेरी बुक पढ़ी होगी, then you would have read, there is a chapter, second chapter on that. And I don't know how many people know about Neera Arya. So Neera Arya, मैं I'll just talk a little bit about her because my point is कि ऐसे लोगों को सामने लाना है. We need to talk about them so that these names are not lost in the history, गुमनामी में कहीं खो ना जाए. So Neera Arya was the first female spy of Indian National Army, आजाद हिंद फौज. और नेताजी की बहुत बड़ी करीबी थी, नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस की. उन्होंने I mean our generation or even the younger generation don't know about her. Why? Because इनके बारे में टेक्स्ट बुक में कहीं है नहीं, एक बार भी कहीं जिक्र नहीं है. इनके बारे में मीडिया ने भी नहीं बात किया. बट हाँ, रिसेंटली मे बी इन द लास्ट फ्यू इयर्स, थैंकफुली टू द चेंज इन द गवर्नमेंट, मे बी और ड्यू टू वॉट एवर रीजन, इनके नाम धीरे धीरे करके बाहर आए. बट शी इज द लेडी because of whom Netaji survived last तक, जब तक भी वो जिंदा रहे. She killed her own husband to save the life of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. उनका पति, he was a traitor, he was an officer in British government, जिनका एक ही मकसद था to get money from the British government and kill all the revolutionaries, and Subhash Chandra Bose was on his hit list. Neera took a very tough decision. An Indian lady, you imagine, she is killing her own husband just to save the life of Netaji, a revolutionary who had just one goal in his mind, to free our nation. राइट. तो ऐसे लोग, और बाद में अनफॉर्चुनेटली उनको काला पानी की सजा हुई. द जेलर्स, द ब्रिटिशर्स ट्राइड टू कट ऑफ हर बॉडी पार्ट्स एंड ऑल. सो दैट वाज, शी हैज गॉन थ्रू वेरी एक्सक्रूशिएटिंग पेन. हम गांधी जी के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, हम नेहरू के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, हम लॉट ऑफ अदर्स वी रीड अबाउट. बट नीरा आर्या कहाँ गई? वो तो कहीं खो गई ना. और लास्ट के दिनों में जब काला पानी के पनिशमेंट से वो बाहर आई, so nobody even recognized her. She comes from Bagpat district of UP. She went there also. किसी ने पहचाना ही नहीं उसे. तो अल्टीमेटली उन्होंने अपने लास्ट के दिनों में फूल बेचते हुए जिंदगी बिताई है. नॉट वेरी फार अवे, आई थिंक 15-20 years शी डाइड. और गुमनामी में खो गई. सो ऐसे लोगों को अगर हम अपने टेक्स्ट बुक्स में जगह नहीं दे रहे हैं, तो एटलीस्ट राइटर्स शुड ब्रिंग आउट देयर नेम टू द पब्लिक, राइट? पीपल शुड नो अबाउट हर कि उन्होंने क्या किया. रियल एम्पावरमेंट वही होता है. रियल एम्पावरमेंट ये नहीं होता है यू आर टेकिंग द बैनर एंड देन कमिंग आउट ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स एंड टॉकिंग अबाउट गिविंग बिग लेक्चर्स. द रियल वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट और is actually bringing out the heroines from the past or even the male heroes from the past जिनको लोग भूल गए हैं. So see, that is my purpose. आगे भी when I'm going to write military non-fiction, my sole purpose will be to bring out the heroes out in the market, to the masses through my writing, so that they should not know about them. So this is my ultimate goal. बाकी youth को जो मैं you told to giving message, see, life is very difficult everywhere. वो ऐसा कुछ भी रास्ता आसान नहीं होता. इफ यू आर थिंकिंग दैट दिस करियर इज इजी और दिस करियर इजी, दिस करियर, माय पर्सनल व्यू इज, आप ये मत सोचो कि क्या मेरे लिए ज्यादा पैसा अर्निंग के लिए वो दैट विल बी बेटर और विच विल बी इजियर फॉर मी. यू जस्ट गो बाय व्हाट you feel like doing it. So if you are really passionate about a particular thing, then you do it, anything. So even a wildlife photographer is earning in crores. तो अगर अभी हम बोलेंगे कि आई वांट टू डू अ वाइल्ड लाइफ, आई वांट टू बिकम अ वाइल्ड लाइफ फोटोग्राफर, ऑब्वियसली वी विल गेट थ्रैशिंग फ्रॉम आवर पेरेंट्स कि ये क्या होता है, why would you want to do that? So obviously it is very difficult to convince our traditional the mindsets of our parents. But yes, you take a decision. आप देखो आगे पीछे, you are the best person to judge, seeing your finances, seeing your financial condition, your surrounding and everything. But ultimately, as I always say, passion and hard work wins over everything. अगर मुश्किल होता तो बचेंद्री पाल ने तो गिव अप कर दिया होता, तो वो पर्वत पे तो चढ़ ही नहीं पाती. शी कुड नेवर हैव बिकम अ माउंटेनियर. तो ऐसा नहीं है. सो फॉर यूथ, decide a goal, dream about it, dare, dream and achieve it. That's what I would give the message to the youth.
Absolutely, ma'am, and I totally agree with you because life may I believe that nothing is easy. Everything is hard earned. Even we are spending a rupee, so that also doesn't come free of cost. So
Yeah,
everyone has
exactly.
to work very hard for whatever they want to achieve. And there is a very good saying ना कि life में अगर गलती से कभी दूसरी ट्रेन पर अगर चढ़ जाओ तो जितनी जल्दी हो सके वहां से उतर जाओ. नहीं तो
उतर
जितनी
जाओ,
दूर हम
right.
जाएंगे वापस आने में उतना ही टाइम. So
बिल्कुल
it's not
बिल्कुल,
about
I
the
agree
train, but
with
it's
you.
about your life. करेक्ट.
Exactly.
सो अगर कोई गलत डिसीजन हो गया लाइफ में, सो बेटर टू रेक्टिफाई दैट एंड टेक लर्निंग्स फ्रॉम देयर, और व्हाटएवर यू आर डूइंग यू हैव टू डू फ्रॉम योर हार्ट, right? Motive is to how can I spend my time and give back to the society. I just don't want to sit at the bed and uh, waste my time. So this is one of the initiative which I started, and I used to do it during the lockdown also when I was not able to join the ship because of the COVID. So we had I think 50 plus personalities I had interviewed on the Instagram. That was Instagram live. You have to do something and give back to the society so that you add the value to the people, right? Life मिली है, एक ही life है, जितना हम कर सकते हैं उतना हमें करना है, और ऐसा इसको waste,
Absolutely.
we don't want to waste it. So keep learning every day, and thank you so much, ma'am, for your time, and what it was a very healthy discussion about your life, and I hope the whosoever listens to this one, and they'll be truly inspired by your thoughts and your journey, an inspiring journey, like 7 books you have written, and we wish you all the very best for your next book, and thank you so much. Jai Hind.
So before I we end this podcast, I would also congratulate you, Himanshu, for that running on like a super fantastic page, Indian Warriors, and I mean you are doing a fabulous job. I salute to you because you are also are doing something, selflessly bringing out the heroes, the martyrs and the heroes, in the front, so that people should can know about their life, get inspired from them, and I mean, I think everybody should know that when while we are sleeping, peacefully, these are the people who are there alert on the border and fighting for us. So you are doing a fabulous job, and congratulations to you also. And keep doing this. I'm really very happy to see all your posts, and they are really very inspiring. So best of luck and congratulations to you as well.
It's coming from your side. It's a very big compliment for me. And today morning only, I had a video call with mother of Captain Anshuman Singh. So he
Okay.
martyred 1 year back. Yeah, Chakra before a few months, and he was in the news. But her mother was there with his wife, but I think she was not given more much popularity. Only her wife, because she
Yeah.
was beautiful and everyone came to know about him. So we had a video call today in the morning only, and two of my friends are visiting her today, and they'll be spending 1 or 2 days. So these are some of the things which we can do, which adds value to the society, and the parents of the our brave hearts also feel very happy about that. So I also thank them that they gave their time, और 2 दिन वहां पे रुकेंगे वो उनकी मदर के साथ भी. So thank you so much, ma'am, once again, and for your time. Jai Hind.